Hello, and right off the bat, I apologize if this is not the best spearfishing video that you have ever seen, but it is my first spearfishing video, and today we are doing the Cabrillo Jetty, somewhere that I live near, and I love this spot. Today, it looked like we were going to have some awesome conditions. It was 3-foot waves, 11-second interval between the swells, and it looks just beautiful from above, but once you put your face in, you maybe get like, I don't know, 4 feet of visibility. But we can make it work. You can definitely get enough food for the night in there. Right there, you see a 2-spotted octopus coming out of a hole. It looks like the California state fish, the orange Garibaldi, was pushing it out. A nice barred surf perch there, but I'm not a huge fan of the flavor of the fish. So I decided to adjust my sights to the uni. And I started going for sea urchin. I'm looking for different ways to eat it. I've always told myself that I wasn't a huge fan of uni, but actually Kevin from Catch and Cook made a good point. He said, with Alfredo, you don't just eat noodles and milk, right? So why would you expect that, you'd enjoy uni just by itself? So yeah, I'm going to try a bunch of different ways to eat it, and later on in this video I showed you how I decided to try it this time. And yeah, so I'm going to crack one of these open and make sure that there's enough of the reproductive organ there to actually to eat, or if it's even worth harvesting. And there's enough kelp around the area that I think that they were able to grow their reproductive organ, and I think that it will be fruitful. And right here you see a little bit of orange. And all of that stuff coming out of there are just little bits of kelp. And there's definitely enough uni in there, so I'm going to grab a couple of these. And, I decided, alright, I'm going to grab a couple of surf perch, despite the size. I'm not going to go for anything too small. I'm not going to go for... There's a bunch of moms there that were obviously pregnant. They were going to give birth in like a week or two, so I'm just going to let them do their thing. So I got a couple of little teens here. Thought that was a pretty good shot. That's the black surf perch. You can tell with the yellow lip. And this one is a pile perch, or a silver surf perch. And this is the woes of the breakwater too. If a swell comes in and it hits the wall, then you got to make sure that you're able to go underneath the wave, keep the board straight, make sure you're not losing anything, everything's all tied up. Just got to make sure that you know what you're doing at every second, and be aware that anything could basically smack the back of your head. Here I am, I'm just cutting up the uni. I noticed that 1 or 2 of them don't really have that great of a substance in them, but this one is the red urchin that I grabbed, and it's a lot more vibrant and a lot bigger meat yield. And then I start filleting this guy. And I really am trying to find different ways that I can utilize everything in it. I used to use the skin as dog treats, but then my dog started having an allergic reaction, so I couldn't do that anymore. But otherwise, yeah, I'm just basically filleting it, trying to get as much meat as I can as possible. It gave its life so that I can eat it, so I'm appreciative of that. I missed a tiny little bit on the bottom, but I'll still give it to the doggy. He still likes fish. He'll eat it. He doesn't know that he's allergic. Filleting these up. Just kind of like rinsing off the uni, letting them sit for a second. Just making sure that they're nice and clean. Make some chips in it. And that's beef tallow. If I ever fry anything on this channel, it's straight up just going to be olive oil, tallow, coconut oil. Become a huge fan of coconuts. And so I decided on this one, I'm just going to put the uni right over rice. Because if you've ever tried uni, it's actually really just buttery, and it's kind of sweet. It's a very textured flavor, and I think it's actually, after putting it on rice and a little bit of seasoning and a little bit of rice vinegar and stuff, I thought that it was delicious. And the fish, I just basically put cornstarch on, and you can make fun of that as much as you want. That was a watermelon Italian ice, but personally, I just wanted to try the fish. I really like the flavor of it and how to gauge it, and I thought it was delicious, man. Thank you.